Before I started with this farming, I was in the hospitality industry, which is a hotel back in Kenya. And then I moved into the airline as a cabin crew in South Africa. And then I came to Ghana to do the agriculture. Because when we visited Ghana, actually, we realized there's an opportunity to be able to do agriculture. And that's why we thought of doing it here. Initially, the plan was to do it back in Kenya. But then when we came here, we saw the opportunity and we went for it.
Everlyne and Irene cultivate pepper and tomato as their main crops. So why have the two sisters decided to travel from East Africa to Ghana to pursue such a course?
Relocation from Kenya to South Africa, then we came to Ghana. This project, we were supposed to do it back at home in Kenya. It's a very common thing. Everybody is actually a farmer from birth. But we chose to come and do it here because it's not very widely practiced, and especially with this kind of technology with the greenhouses, we realized that it's not a very common practice in the country. That's why we decided to venture into it and see how it goes.
Everlyne's professional training has nothing to do with farming, but she says she was a born farmer.
Yes, from Kenya we are all, as I said, we are born farmers. So farming is something that we've grown seeing. As much as you're in the city, you always have to go back to the rural areas. And farming is one of the activities that is widely practiced. And it is one of the drivers of the economy of Kenya. So for us, it's always something that we look forward to doing as you age and as you go back to your rural areas.
Everlyne intends to expand the work to include livestock rearing on a piece of land they have leased for 15 years.
Our target is to have a fully functional farm with both crop and animal products. We intend to have an animal farm as well with livestock ranging from the different varieties from cattle, goats, sheep, birds, poultry, all the likes that we can get to market within the local market and regionally, if we can be able to tap into that market as well.
Their colleague, Kenyan-born George Obiri, is a farm manager.
So our aim putting these greenhouses, it's not only our passion, it's our wish to make sure that the food security is improved in Ghana. So actually what we are doing, we are diversifying by growing so many types of fruits and plants, so that we can be able to supply to the supermarkets as much as we can.
The challenges is basically the weather. We have a lot of pests because we've tried to sample both in the greenhouse and outside, and we've realized that the pests are really creeping into the crops. So I think the best way to go is to try and ensure you secure your produce before you can grow them. It doesn't have to be this high-tech, but you can use simple nets to just secure your products. Depending on where you are, maybe probably in other regions in the country it's not the case, but where we are right now we face a lot of pests which are creeping into the crops, yes.
There are about 30 employees here.
My name is Fafale. I'm a grower at Roses and Lilies work. First, I don't have any work to do, but now I can see that I get work and I have money to send my child to school.
My name is Ernestina. I've been working here 6 months now, and the job helped me. It helped me to afford so many things.
Though the greenhouse farming is a fairly new concept here in Ghana, a few bold farmers are venturing into it. George Obiri explains how they got equipment in Ghana.
Greenhouse is imported from Israel. Actually, it's of high modern technology, whereby we take into consideration of radiation, side events, which is humidity also, radiation, humidity.
At the time of my visit, the vegetables were ready for the first harvest. The business has its own challenges, but for Irene and her sister, this is just the beginning. They hope with time, things will change. Mahmud Mohammed-Nurudeen reporting.